what's our first procedure?
Lay the pencil down flat on the tabletop or desktop.
Alrighty.
Lay the ruler across the pencil so that the pencil is at the center of the ruler as shown below. Picture. Look at it.
Alright. Keep going.
What page?
This is so interesting.
Don't worry, Maria.
Is it good?
It says, don't worry.
Okay, go ahead, read that out loud.
Place 2 quarters on the end that is resting on the tabletop.
So it said, don't worry if your ruler doesn't stay horizontal, it will probably tilt so one side hits the tabletop. That's fine. So place 2 quarters on the end that is resting on the tabletop. Good.
Place a single quarter on the other end.
Okay, so for those of you with a notebooking journal, you've got your trial 1 through 10. Effort, resistance. That's what you're doing. Effort versus resistance. So you might want to just keep an eye on what's going on. And you can always review the video after. Okay.
Nothing's happening.
So what's the next step? So now think
Now
about,
think about the setup. The end of the ruler that is resting on the tabletop has 2 quarters on it. The weight of those 2 quarters is pressing down on that end of the ruler. The other side has a single quarter on it. The weight of that single quarter is pressing down on that side of the ruler. Keeping the ruler still, begin moving the pencil over toward the side with 2 quarters on it. Move it a little bit at a time and stop in between each move to see what happens. Eventually, you should see the ruler tilt to the side where the single quarter falls and hits the tabletop, and the side with 2 quarters is raised up in the air.
so move it a little bit at a time and watch, just take it slow and stop in between each move to see what happens.
I think you moved it a little too far.
You can start over.
Well, it was supposed to do that.
Okay, so what happens? What's happening? Our experiment facilitators. Jacob and Noah, what's happening?
Whee!
You moved it too far.
So eventually you should see the ruler tilt so the side with a single quarter falls and hits the tabletop. And the side with the 2 quarters is raised up in the air. Has that happened?
It's levitating.
No,
Okay, so it hasn't happened yet?
It has happened.
It has? Jacob, that happened?
Yes.
You good?
May I have some
Okay,
more?
number 8.
Oh, you're not eating them?
What did you just accomplish? You just use a lever to make the weight of 1 quarter lift up the weight of 2 quarters. The ruler is the rigid bar, and the pencil is the fulcrum.
Fulcrum. Everybody say fulcrum.
By moving the fulcrum towards the
I didn't do that.
Fulcrum.
So I'm just gonna say
by moving the fulcrum towards the larger weight, you could actually make the small weight lift the larger weight.
So think about that. By moving the fulcrum towards the larger weight, you could actually make the small weight lift the larger weight. So now, number 9.
I just bought the quiz. Oh, never mind. Add another quarter to the stack of 2 quarters. The ruler should once again tilt to the side with 3 quarters is touching the table and the side with 1 quarter is in the air.
So add another quarter. The ruler should once again tilt to the side with 3 quarters touching the table. So the 1 quarter's in the air. Now do it again. Number 10.
Begin moving the pencil toward the stack of quarters again, like you did in step 7. Continue to do this until the ruler tilts so the side with a single quarter rests on the table and the side with 3 quarters is in the air. You have now used a lever to make the weight of 1 quarter lift the weight of 3 quarters.
Did you just do that?
Yes.
So it's completed, that was done.
Magic.
Science is so exciting!
Science.
Okay.
Getting
Number
it.
11.
Continue the experiment, adding more quarters to the stack. Each time, move the pencil toward the stack, and you should see that the weight of a single quarter can lift many other quarters.
Time lapse time.
So she says, or he, who's our author, when I did this experiment, I was able to get the weight of a single quarter to lift 20 quarters.
Okay, let's just.
So keep going, keep going.
You just like
The pencil directly under
It's more like how many quarters can you stack on top of each
Yeah,
other?
put it right under the
Watch, she
corner.
said multiply it.
Whoa, you're so fancy.
So So, Lucas, do you think that they're able to see where the pencil is on, underneath the ruler? When
Yes.
people are reviewing this, they can? Okay, good. Just make sure you can see
Because
that.
if you're using your notebooking journal, that's what
Stop.
you need.
So just
Oh, I have more
Stop it
quarters. Do you want more quarters?
keep going.
So, does everybody understand what we
money?
just did?
Yes.
Somebody tell me what we just did.
You basically made a scale.
What did you do?
You made a scale.
You made a scale. What happens with the fulcrum? What does the fulcrum do when you move it? Can you lift more weight?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you can lift less weight.
We can have
You can
20.
shut that off.
Okay.
You can actually add more quarters if you want.